Let's be honest. Multiplying decimals can sometimes feel like a bit of a headache, right? Well, what if I told you there's a really simple trick that makes it almost easy? Let's jump right in.
You know that feeling. You see a multiplication problem with a decimal in it, and you just kind of freeze for a second? Yeah, you're definitely not alone. It's a super common stumbling block, but it really doesn't have to be. So, whether you're a student staring down a homework assignment or you just want to brush up on your math skills, our goal here is the same, to make you feel totally confident when you see one of those little dots.
Okay, so let's talk about the problem itself. We'll call it the decimal dilemma. It's all about that one pesky little dot that can make a simple multiplication problem feel way more complicated than it actually is. But what if you could just make the decimal point vanish for a minute? Just get it out of the way, solve a simple whole number problem, and then bring it back. Sounds a lot better, doesn't it?
Well, that's exactly what we're going to do. And look, it's not actually magic, but it works so well that it kind of feels like it. And it's just a simple two-step process. And to make it easy to remember, we're going to give it a name. We'll call it the ignore and restore rule. It's catchy, right? Ignore it, then restore it.
So here's how it works. Step 1. You literally just pretend the decimal isn't there. You multiply the numbers just like you've always done with whole numbers. Then, for step 2, you just put that decimal point back into your final answer. And that's basically it. All right, so theory is one thing, but let's actually see this thing in action. We're going to walk through a couple of quick examples, and you'll see just how powerful this little trick is.
We'll kick things off with a simple one, something you can probably do in your head. We're going to solve 0.2 times 4.
Okay, step 1, ignore. We look at point 2, we take out that decimal point, and what are we left with? Just the number 2. So the problem becomes a super simple 2 times 4, which of course is 8. Easy. And now for step 2, restore. So how do we know where to put the decimal back? We just look at our original question. The number 0.2 has one digit after the decimal point. That means our answer also needs to have exactly one digit after its decimal. So we pop the decimal right in front of the 8, and we get 0.8. And just like that, you're done. We ignored the decimal, we did the easy multiplication, and then we restored it right where it needed to be. All right, you ready for something a little trickier? Let's try a bigger problem that you'd probably write down. 4 times 2.16. But don't worry, the exact same rule applies.
So you know the drill. Step 1, we ignore that decimal point. Our problem changes from 4 times 2.16 into 4 times 216. You work that out and you get 864. Just a standard multiplication problem.
Okay, now for step 2, putting that decimal back. Let's look at the original number, 2.16. How many digits are after the decimal point? There are 2 of them, right? The 1 and the 6. So that means our answer also has to have 2 digits after the decimal. We count 2 spots from the right on 864, and we place our decimal right there. And there's our answer, 8.64. See, the rule works perfectly, even when the numbers get a little bigger. No need to worry about the decimal while you're actually doing the math. Okay, this brings us to what is maybe the single most important thing to remember from all of this. If you only remember one thing, make it this golden rule. Here it is. The number of decimal places you start with in your question has to be the same as the number of decimal places you end with in your answer. It's a perfect match. Why does it work? Well, when you ignore the decimal, it's like you're secretly multiplying the number by 10 or 100. So when you put the decimal back, you're just dividing by 10 or 100 to get it back to its real size. Just think back to that last problem. The number 2.16 had 2 decimal places. And our answer, 8.64, it also had 2 decimal places. They have to match. That's your built-in check to know you got it right. All right, you've seen how it's done. Now it is your turn to give it a shot and really lock this in. So I've got one for you. Using our ignore and restore rule, what is 0.9 times 2? Go ahead and pause right here, grab a piece of paper, and see what you get. Okay, you ready? Let's do it together really quick. First, we ignore the decimal. That gives us 9 times 2, which is 18. Now, we restore it. The original question, 0.9, had 1 decimal place, so our answer needs 1 decimal place. That gives us 1.8. If you got that, then congratulations, you have totally mastered this trick.